Peter, the latest Nintendo Direct has happened. The very show that started our show.
Everyone was so anxious for a new one, and Nintendo just, out of nowhere, it's happening, duh!
It was jam-packed, surprisingly. I figured maybe they'd primarily focus on, like, Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
that was kind of the rumor
that's
going
exactly
around
what I
maybe.
thought.
And I went into it thinking, okay, this is probably not going to be too notable, at least for me. I'm not a big Fire Emblem fan. I haven't really played any of those games before, so... But no, they kicked off the show right away with, you know, a bit of an announcement, a bit of a surprise. Super Mario Maker 2.
I kind of thought it was going to happen at some point. I just wasn't sure it was going to be a full sequel. And right from the start, the one thing I wanted in the original Mario Maker, slopes, are now included, so... Fine. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I didn't own a Wii U, so I never really played the original. It's going to be releasing this June with new quote-unquote features and elements. I'm guessing, you know, the slopes. And Cat Mario.
Yeah, the Cat Mario is a new feature that wasn't in the original. And Cat Mario's never been on a 2D Mario game, so...
I'm curious how it'll control, because I imagine with the Wii U gamepad, a lot of that was built around that, using the stylus and whatnot. And I guess you could do all of that maybe when you're playing in portable mode, but I'm curious how it'll all work with docked.
I mean, Mario Maker was always on a grid anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad to create levels with the Joy-Con.
Yeah, I imagine everything will just kind of snap to place and you'll use the analog sticks or even maybe the motion.
Yeah, it'll probably be motion. But even if it was level creation locked to handheld mode, like, that's not that bad. I mean, that's the whole point of the Switch, is that you can take it out and move around.
Yeah, definitely. But then following that was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. You know, they just showed a new trailer for that, just showing some more gameplay. And, you know, Marvel's next big film is Captain Marvel, so, you know, they're not going to pass up on an opportunity like that to not, like, show that off and have some cross-promotion.
I don't know if she was in the previous Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, but it's nice that they're not just focusing on... Well, I mean, I guess they are focusing on the big ones now because the MCU is so popular, but, you know, Captain Marvel wasn't a real big hero.
It's just weird that this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
What blows my mind is that Team Ninja is making it. So, like, okay. That's something I never thought I'd hear. Nintendo, Marvel, and Team Ninja.
And then following that was Bots Boy plus Bots Girl, releasing on April 26th. This looks interesting. I personally never really played any of the Bots Boy games, but it's going to feature co-op now with over 270 levels.
I tried one of the 3DS ones with its free-to-start model that Nintendo was championing for a while. And, yeah, it seems fun, and I'm always big on co-op puzzle platformers, so I might give it a shot.
Yeah, there's no confirmation on a physical release, but that's not really that all that surprising.
Yeah, Snipper Clip still doesn't even have one, and this kind of looks like that. I mean, I know they're different games, but the simultaneous co-op feature looks like it's cribbed right from Snipper Clips.
Continuing the trend of, like, unsurprising news, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate version 3.0 update. We had a reminder for that.
I honestly don't know why that was even in the Direct. Like, who in their right mind thought they were just going to stop updating Smash, especially when new characters are still coming?
I like how after the splash screen that said, you know, version 3.0 update went past, the guy, like, literally just said, "You'll have to wait and find out," instead of actually, like, showing really anything.
Yeah, instead of any information. And then they're like, Joker is coming before the end of April, and they showed his back. Like, oh, okay.
Joker, the really mysterious character from an unknown series. Can't show them all yet.
I thought that whole segment was just pointless. They might as well have just not included it.
Were the amiibos, were those previously announced by any chance?
No, none of those were confirmed.
No.
Well, that's not true.
Well...
Ken and Young Link and Daisy were all confirmed to be happening. There just wasn't a date. But some of the amiibo were previously known, such as Ken, Young Link, and Daisy, but Simon and Snake weren't known because they're Konami properties. Everyone assumed they were happening, but we didn't have any kind of confirmation from Nintendo.
Yeah, there's also the Pokemon Trainer and Squirtle and Ivysaur, but that's kind of neat, I guess, but I already have, like, actual figures of those, and I'm not really too tempted to even grab the amiibos. But Snake, I really want a Snake amiibo.
Yeah, Snake is the only one. I might get Ken because I like Street Fighter, but I just don't have a big thing with amiibos anymore. Like, I wasn't even really into the original craze, and considering Nintendo's still done basically nothing with them, you know. Snake, though, like, I have to get that.
This next update, though, was very important to me. I'm a fan of the Toad. I'm a supporter of the Toad. And Toad has gone through some troubling times. He's been compared to Donald Trump's penis recently.
Yeah.
That really, you know, it affected the Toad momentum. He went from being, you know, top of the card, his own game, to being Trump's penis. very upsetting. So I'm happy that Toad he's climbing back up the ladder, and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is getting a free co-op update. So now you can play with multiple Toads, Toad and Toadette.
I had the Wii U version, and I really liked it, but when it came to the Switch, it's just like, it's the same game. I don't see any reason to buy that. And now they go co-op. I was like, oh crap, maybe I am gonna buy it.
Well, there was some Super Mario Odyssey stuff in there, but there was also, weirdly enough, some removed content.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
That Wii U game or whatever.
It wasn't a big deal because
those levels were...
Yeah, they were throwaway levels anyway, but 4 levels wasn't like, oh, let me drop $40. But now they're like, oh, co-op support, which is great, and then paid DLC with 5 new levels or something. Like, that's awesome as well. Like, yeah, I'll probably get it now. Yeah, it'll be
5 new courses with a total of 18 exciting new challenges.
I don't really know what that means, because all I remember in Captain Toad was
think it'll be
collecting stars.
5 courses with 18 levels. That's my guess.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah. For those that pre-purchase the update, they'll be able to, I guess, try out one of the courses as a teaser.
I think they get the first
with the other ones are locked in on March 14th. Yeah. But I'm excited, The one thing I'm curious about, if this will be just local co-op or if it'll actually include online co-op.
It's Nintendo.
I doubt it, but I can hope.
Yeah.
If there's online co-op, I will be very excited.
Nintendo. It's going to be offline.
Yeah, unfortunately. Following that was some pretty big news. Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, has a release date, finally.
Yeah.
It was originally announced, way back in 2015 as, a Kickstarter project with an original planned date for March 2017.
Was it 2015? I thought it was, 14. God, it's been forever.
No, yeah, it's been a while. Since then, development things have changed. The Vita version was scrapped. The Wii U version shifted development to the Switch. So, more time was needed. There's now a full release date for summer 2019. Not really quite full, but it's a window. We have a window of confirmation. So sometime this summer, you can play some Bloodstained.
We also have box art, which means they're probably close to finalizing it.
Yeah, I imagine at this point they're probably just, bud testing and then just wrapping things up.
I really like the retro one that Way Forward did, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. It was very classic Castlevania and honestly the best that the series has been in forever, even since it's not a part of Castlevania. But, I expect a lot of things from Ritual of the Night.
Yeah. And I should also clarify, this release date is confirmed for all versions of the game, so, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC, etc. But following that, Switch is getting a double dose of Dragon Quest this year. Double the Dragon, double the quest. Not actually double Dragon. Don't play that one. Just play Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest Builders 2. It's a thing.
Sure. I mean, apparently the first one was good. I've never honestly played any game in the series.
I've always liked the weird special editions of various consoles that come out of Dragon Quest. The weird slime PS4s and whatnot.
I know what the slimes
That's
are.
what I know about the Dragon Quest stuff.
My friend has a plush slime from when I think they released Dragon Quest 9 on 3DS. I don't remember. It was one of the older ones. But yeah, he has that, and that's about it. I know Akira Toriyama does the artwork. That's pretty cool. Dragon
Quest Builders 2 will have a host of new features, including the ability to glide across maps, travel underwater, first-person play, and co-op. What would really sell it, I think, is an open-world survival battle royale experience. But hey, you know what? That'll be Dragon Quest Builders 3. Get excited.
Dragon Quest Builders 3 Survival. But yeah, there was the definitive edition of Dragon Quest 11 announced through Switch, and people were already questioning whether that new content would be coming to the other platforms, and apparently Square Enix is undecided on the whole matter.
Yeah, they were using the word exclusive, which is I don't know how to feel about that. But anyways, Dragon Quest 11S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition.
I love how it's a freaking paragraph.
It's a mouthful.
The only thing that really gets me is that apparently the soundtrack in 11 is freaking terrible, and now the Switch version has an exclusive orchestral one.
I wouldn't say it's terrible. It was a MIDI soundtrack, and from what I've seen, and heard, I should say, it wasn't too bad, but I could see how people who maybe are grinding for hours on end might get really tired of it really quickly.
I'm just surprised we're still using MIDIs in friggin' 2018 on a Blu-ray disc. Like, there's no reason why they had to do that.
But yeah, for the exact quote from the site, it was, Dragon Quest S will combine the best of both worlds from the PlayStation 4 version and the 3DS version that never reached our shores. Players will be able to choose between a beautiful high-definition 3D graphics or retro 16-bit graphics, reminiscent of the SNES. That's kind of neat.
Yeah,
I
mean,
guess.
I don't have a problem with the visual design in Dragon Quest XI. It looks freaking outstanding, but having retro visuals is a nice touch.
But following that was an announcement that is all Peter, 100%. Because I didn't even know what the hell a Disney Tsum Tsum or whatever was.
Yeah, when we were watching the Direct and trying to grab stories for reporting, I said to our editor, Brett, I'm taking Tsum Tsum, and he goes, okay. Seems no one knows what they are.
Man, no one's going to argue with it on that one. I don't even...
The only reason I took
There's some sort of plush, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like a plush
They're
toy?
like a weird deformed version of classic Disney characters in sort of like a hot dog sausage kind of factor.
Jesus.
But the only reason I know them is because my friend's daughter really likes them.
That's probably the worst nightmare for parents, is to like grow up with those properties as a kid and then have your own kids. And instead, they grow up with a version of them that is a shrunken hot dog plush toy.
Yeah. It's a little weird seeing
Damn.
Mickey like in this short, fat, kind of elongated body.
How did this pitch happen? Like, who pitched this to Disney? Who signed off on this stuff?
I think Disney just likes making money.
But following that was some new content for Starlink Battle for Atlas, which, once again, I feel like the Switch version of that is the definitive way to play that thing, just because of the Star Fox
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Like, for all intents and purposes, this is a Star Fox game.
Might as well
in,
be.
in the eyes of most people.
I mean, I'd still like Nintendo to just make a Star Fox game, but if the closest we're gonna get is Ubisoft doing a space sci-fi game with the Fox team, then whatever.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. We did the video review for that, me and CJ, and from what I've seen, I liked it. So, hell, I mean, if Nintendo ain't gonna do it, maybe even let those guys take a crack at a Star Fox
Yeah,
game.
and Ubisoft already did the Mario and Rabbids thing, so why
Yeah.
not? And the DLC is apparently free, so now I might actually buy Starlink since it's not 2 hours of Star Fox.
Yeah, there's some new content. You'll be able to play as Peppy, Slippy, and Falco. And, they're going to get their own series of missions, and they can individually partake in the original Fox missions. That'll be releasing this April. Following that is Rune Factory 4 Special, and Rune Factory 5 was officially announced.
These are all you.
I've never played Rune Factory. I know there's some sort of, like, weird action JRPG mixed with, like, farming. From my understanding, Rune Factory 4 was, like, a 3DS title, so that's getting ported now to the Switch. I believe it'll be launching in Japan July 25th, and later in the year, for the exact quote, in North America. As for Rune Factory 5, they just had, like, a title screen and confirmed that it's basically being in development. There was an update on a release window. Right now, it's scheduled to launch in Japan in 2020, with no Western date yet confirmed. And then following that was something I'm probably going to screw up the pronunciation of. Oninaki?
I think it might be Oninaki.
Oninaki? Yeah, Oninaki. It's an action JRPG. It's a Square Enix thing. It's developed from the team behind Lost Sphere and I Am Setsuna. The exact quote is, Oninaki will take place in an anime world where the people are forced to repress will and emotion.
It's a little curious it's not coming to Xbox One, but I guess a lot of Japanese games don't.
I mean, like, if you've seen Xbox One sales numbers in Japan...
Yeah, they're pretty horrendous.
I can't blame some of those developers. I can't really blame Square to be like, yeah, I don't know. But following that was Yoshi's Crafted World has a demo. As we already know, it's releasing later this March 29th. I don't really have a whole lot to say. It still looks super adorable. And now you can dress up various Yoshis in cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
With more than 180 to collect.
My only concern is like, I really love Yoshi's Island, and it still holds up as an excellent game. But every subsequent Yoshi game is just kind of the same thing, but worse.
But now you can dress up the Yoshi in a Labo cardboard box.
Yeah, now you can dress him up, but he's still facing the same exact bosses. Is that all Yoshi is? Is just, here's that giant piranha plant, there's that friggin' dude with his pants hiked up really high. I mean, like, is there nothing else you can do with Yoshi?
It's a game for kids. It looks cute and adorable. Like, I really like the aesthetics about it. But that's kind of about it. It's just a super easy game for kids. But I guess if you're doing it for 100% completion, it's, a tiny bit harder, but I don't know.
It's not for me, but I think that I just want it to be Yoshi's Island again. And
you wish it was for you.
Yeah, that I do.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean,
hey, that original game on the SNES was fantastic, so I could see why people might be a little wanting a little more from that series, but, you know, is what it is. Following that was a Fire Emblem. I'm not a big Fire Emblem head. Like I said at the start of this, I thought this whole direct would maybe revolve around this thing, but apparently
I expected, and then, you know, it was 35-minute direct, and it said main focus on Fire Emblem. So when we got to that part in the Destructoid staff chat room, we would go, it's Fire Emblem now. We're going to have, like, you know, basically nothing else. And then right as our editor Jordan typed that, I go, you mean that's, like, it just ended? I'm pretty sure there's something else. Like, it was like 5 minutes.
That trailer went on for a good while, so maybe they meant that about the whole quote there in the press stuff.
Yeah, it was the longest thing of the direct, because nothing else went over 2 or 3 minutes.
They did the Rockstar thing. They brought out, like, this female narrator to, like, explain every little detail about the game and why you should be excited. That's what I got from that. I was like, oh my god, they did the whole Rockstar approach.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that made me more confident is that Nintendo delayed it.
The big takeaway from it was that it's now releasing on July 26th. And to quote them, you know, the reasoning was more development time was necessary. So that could really mean anything. Maybe they wanted to expand on some stuff. Maybe they weren't happy with the quality of it, needed to fix some things. But I'll always take a delay over, you know, a bad game. But following that was probably my favorite announcement of the whole direct, because it just caught me off guard in a wonderful way. Tetris has entered the realm of Battle Royale. But yeah, it's called Tetris 99, and players basically compete against 99 other players in a game of Tetris.
Royale.
And it's really cool. Like, essentially you have your main board of Tetris, and then in the foreground, or the background, sorry, you just see all other 99 players playing their own board of Tetris.
At once?
And you can then...
What the hell?
Yeah, at once. And then you can then select other players to attack by cluttering their screens with garbage. It's like you are constantly under attack or attacking somebody by completing completing rows of Tetris.
That sounds pretty awesome.
And then whoever's I guess, you know, left standing wins.
I mean, I really like Tetris, so
it's a neat idea. It's a free game if you're subscribed to the Nintendo Online service, and I know some people who weren't subscribed that are subscribing just to play this, which it's something.
I don't know if it's enough to get me subscribing, but I like that Nintendo's doing something different instead of just, here's old freaking games. Like, this is at least something you can't play elsewhere.
This is probably the first Nintendo Switch game that I would consider playing out and about on the go by just, like, tethering it to my phone on mobile data. It's perfect for, like, a quick bus ride or something. Just hop on a game of Tetris 99 and just tether it to your phone.
Oh, that'd be so great
Brilliant.
If it had local multiplayer and 99 people on the bus had a friggin' Switch.
That'd be a big bus for
You get
one.
on the bus, you're like, you're all gonna die.
Weird extended Greyhound. This is the Tetris 99 bus. If you lose, you're kicked
Oh
off.
my god.
It doesn't stop.
This is our friggin' movie pitch. The bus is speeding down the highway at 60 miles an hour, and every time someone
Speed
loses...
3, but it's Tetris.
Every time someone loses in Tetris 99, just kick them right out the door.
Hell yeah. Following that was a minor announcement, I would say. Dead by Daylight is ready to carve up children on the Nintendo Switch. It's releasing this fall. I don't know what else to say, really. I don't know. Dead by Daylight coming to Switch.
I have nothing against the game because it's a pretty cool idea, but it looked friggin' terrible on Switch.
Yeah, it definitely had a rough looking.
I know graphics aren't the most important thing in a game, but it didn't even look like it ran well. And I'm surprised that Nintendo is confident enough to show that footage. I don't know what the hell that was.
On the topic of I don't know what the hell that was, Deltarune is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I've yet to play Undertale. The first chapter will be hitting the eShop on February 28th for free, and then the teaser trailer from the rest of the game will be coming. You know, it just won't be free.
Yeah.
So essentially, it'll be like, you know, try it out if you like this first chapter. You know, new chapters are coming, and then you can
That's
buy it.
essentially how it is on PC right now too, and you know,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I didn't play Undertale until last year, and I really, really loved it. I don't want to say the hype is justified, but I thought it was one of the best games I've ever played. So that's fine. Like, I'm happy Toby Fox is seeing success on the Switch and that he's getting to do more with Undertale.
I still have yet to play Undertale. I'm saving that for a rainy day. I hear it's great though. But following that is a mech shooter, Daemon X Machina, is getting a limited time Switch demo. Essentially, it's known as prototype missions, and then once you finish the demo, select players will receive an email basically containing a survey link where you can provide feedback about the game and all that kind of stuff. We didn't really get a whole lot of other information. There was, you know, a quick little gameplay trailer, And it has a summer release window. I'll probably be checking that out and even using footage for that in this video, so.
I might give this game a go because of the demo, but I'm not really a big fan of giant robots, so I don't know. I know the game's more than that, but I don't know. It just doesn't really speak to me.
I like giant robots. Chits did giant robots.
Nice.
Anyways, following that was Grid Autosport heading to the Switch. This was kind of just like a kind of a non-news thing. You know, all the DLC is included. It'll have motion controls that nobody will use.
Oh, God, no.
Nobody likes motion controls in racing games. I don't know. I'll probably check it out just to have a decent arcade
Nothing
racer
about
on the
that
Switch.
was new. They announced that last year. They didn't even give us a release date. It's still summer. Well, you said that in November.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? And then even then, the footage they showed looked terrible.
Following that was an announcement, a weird announcement, considering Microsoft, you know, now own the Hellblade IP. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is, you know, coming to the Switch, which is weird because it very much seems like Microsoft and Nintendo are very buddy-buddy right now.
Yeah, that's the first impression I got, but I think Ninja Theory might own the Hellblade name. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. That probably makes sense. I'm curious how well it'll run. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's launching this spring.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for people that only have a Switch. You know, like, it's a game that should be played by a lot of people, and it's nice that it's going to be able to reach a wider audience.
But once again, kind of like in the realm of old news, Mortal Kombat is coming to the Switch. Once again, it was just,
Yeah.
Here's a reminder.
I thought they were going to show something. I was like, oh, this is pretty neat. And then Mortal Kombat 11 is coming to your Switch, and it was a cut-down version of the cinematic, and then nothing. Thanks, Nintendo.
Did they even show footage of, like,
No,
it running on
they
the
did
Switch?
not.
I don't even remember. Okay, well, there you go. But following that, also, kind of in the realm of minor news, Unravel 2 is coming to the Switch. It'll be releasing March 22nd. I don't know, hopefully Yarny isn't eaten by Yarn Yoshi.
I reviewed the game last year, and I didn't really care for it. I honestly feel bad that I didn't like it, because it was clearly made with a lot of love and care, and I still remember the devs coming up on E3 and just crying that they were up on that stage. Like, that's what got me interested in the game. But, I don't know. I just think it's nice that EA is finally releasing something on Switch that isn't FIFA.
But on the topic of oddness, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is heading to the Switch, and like that's not a huge news story. Like, this has been at least known for a while that Assassin's Creed 3 was getting a remaster. But man, it looks rough. It notably looks worse than I would even say than the Wii U version.
I know I have a bias against Assassin's Creed 3 because I friggin' hate the game, but this was probably the worst looking thing in the Direct. Like, I don't know what went wrong with that footage.
Maybe I don't remember it all that well, but I remember the game looking a bit better than that. Like, they showed some naval combat, and that water looked just dreadful.
When Connor was running through the town, there was no one on the streets.
The frame rate was just bad as well.
Like I said, I know I don't like Assassin's Creed 3, but the game was not bad looking. So I don't know what is going on with that. Maybe it's just prototype footage. They didn't have anything else to show. I don't know.
But following that was a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff. Final Fantasy VII, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Everybody, and 9 are coming to the Switch. 8 is still lost in the void somewhere, probably forever.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the rumors are that, like, the coding and, like, everything for 8 is just gone.
Yeah, and then apparently there's some licensing issue with one of the songs.
But 7 is releasing on March 26th. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon is releasing on March 20th. And 9 was released on the eShop, like, right after the presentation. I hear it's just basically a port of the terrible mobile version, so I'm not interested right off the bat, so...
I was reading that it has the audio reset bug, where every time you leave a battle or enter a tavern or do anything on the menu, like, the songs will just restart. So that would get really old really fast.
But following that was a new Platinum game for the Switch, Astral Chain. I really don't know a whole lot about it. I know Hideki Kamiya is a supervisor for the project, as well as some of the folks behind Nier Automata. I don't know. It's releasing August 30th on the Switch. I think it might be a Switch exclusive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, and they also kind of ended on the note of, like, Bayonetta 3 is still in the works, don't forget about that. And I don't know. But following that was probably, for all intents and purposes, the biggest announcement. A new Zelda.
Well, it's not a new Zelda, but...
Well, yeah, I was gonna preface this. Not entirely new, but It's basically a remake of the adorable Zelda Link's Awakening. I think that was just a Game Boy game. I don't know if it was Game Boy
It was the
Color,
first
but...
portable Zelda game.
Oh, okay, so there you go. It was the very first Game Boy game. I'd never played the handheld.
Yeah, I heard a lot
Zelda
of that
games all
last
that
night. They're
much.
like, I've never played this. Like, what? Like,
Hey man, when I had a Game Boy, like it was either just like Pokemon, and that's about
it's
it.
like it just blows my mind. Like, I played Ocarina of Time, and I was so freaking floored. I was like, oh my god, I need to play more Zelda. And then Nintendo had just released the Game Boy Color remake of Link's Awakening. So this is the second Zelda game I ever played. And it's just like, I freaking loved it. And I still love it because it's just so odd.
I mean, I'll probably get it on the eShop for the 3DS and give it a play before the remake comes out. You know, just to contrast and compare and stuff. But it looks charming. It looks really neat. I loved the little animated trailer at the start. There wasn't a whole lot of information. They just kind of said, you know, we'll have more to say in the future. But I think they preface this that there'd be a release sometime this year.
Yeah. The end of the trailer did say 2019, so it's happening this year.
Yeah.
But from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like a straight remake. And the level design is exactly the same. The dungeons even look similar, and I mean, I'm just in love with that art style. I know people wanted it to be that anime thing that was at the start, but I honestly am so utterly charmed by that claymation style. It looks phenomenal in HD.
Yeah, I remember really loving 3D Dot Game Heroes, and this is giving me vibes of that, so I'm pretty excited.
I just love Zelda in general, so, you know, I would have bought it anyway.
I guess my concern is, and my question to you is, how long was that game?
Short. Very short.
Yeah, so I'm curious if this is going to be like a full price release, and it's just like the same content, but remade. I'm just worried it'll be really short.
Yeah, that's in the Game Boy Color remake, or whatever you want to call it. They included an extra dungeon because now there was color.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll include that.
And like that's a lot of the reason why there's friggin' Goombas and Chain Chomp and whatever, because on a black and white screen it was hard to define things. So instead of trying to make individual enemies, they went for like a weird route. So they have cameos and stuff, and it's kind of awesome.
But that was the Nintendo Direct. I thought it was great. Like, this was... Considering this is before E3, I'm curious what they'll even show at E3 now.
I would imagine E3 is going to have Smash info. But yeah, I didn't expect basically any of this. I thought it was just going to be Fire Emblem, maybe the SNES game rumor thing that was flying around, and that's it.
But what did you folks think of the latest Nintendo Direct? Let us know down below. What was your favorite moment? For me, once again, man, I gotta say that Tetris Battle Royale is wild. What a timeline we're in. What about you? Did you have a favorite moment that you want to maybe end on?
Link's Awakening.